Good morning. My name is Rebecca McGee, and this session is our year-end financial tips. The goal of this session is to help you have some ideas of things to do right now before the end of the year so you can walk into 2026 with confidence. My name is Rebecca McGee. We have several full advisors in our office and in our Tulsa office to serve you. Braden, Lisa, and Jessica are all full financial advisors who are ready and willing to help you with your financial questions, whether it be about your group retirement plan or other questions that you have about old accounts or inheritances, anything like that. We can be of service. So please let us know if we can help. With any investment, there are rules, especially with group retirement plans, around when you can take withdrawals. And so we want to help you understand your retirement plan. If you have any questions at all, please reach out. Please let us help. It's important to us that you understand your investments, you understand your plan, and you understand the rules surrounding taking money out of that account. This session really is a high-level overview. We're not talking in detail about any specific group retirement plan. We're really focused on talking about where you've been and where you're going and help you with some next steps that you can take this time of year to be ready for 2026. Imagine walking in January 1st, 2026, having confidence that you've done what you need to do and knowing that you understand where you are financially, you've identified where you want to go, and you've taken steps to begin getting there. That's our goal for you. We really enjoy seeing you enjoy your family, spend time with those you love most. And our goal is to help you simplify your financial life so that you can spend time on what matters most. Thank you for attending this session. We know you're going to get some great nuggets out of it that you can go and implement today. The first thing we encourage you to do at the end of the year is look at a 10,000-foot budget. Now, if you're a super detailed budget, this may seem kind of silly to you, but most people struggle to do a super detailed budget. They're not necessarily able to track every penny. So if you are fabulous, this is still a benefit to you. If you're somebody that shrugs off the word budget, it's not your favorite word, this is still something that you can do that doesn't take a ton of time, but is very valuable. So first you want to pull your spending from your primary accounts for this year. So just kind of look at this last year. What did you spend? And look at the large expenses that may come up next year. We're talking about health deductibles, property taxes, professional associations or fees. Maybe you have expensive summer camps or summer childcare, and holidays. I know in my family, the things that we're looking at for our 10,000-foot budget are a kid who's going to start driving, so buying an extra car. The car insurance that we hear goes along with that. A child in braces, somebody who needs to have his wisdom teeth taken out. And so all of those kind of things, sometimes you know ahead of time, sometimes they come up at the last minute, but sometimes you can kind of plan ahead for those bigger expenses like surgeries that you know might come up next year. And then look at your budget and look at anything that gave you a big bump. Maybe you got a bonus, you get gifts, you often get high tax refunds, and make a 10,000-foot plan for 2026 that takes into account those large expenses and those income bumps. This is a great way to kind of take time to assess, gosh, is anything going to come and bite us if we're not paying attention to it? So that is the goal of that. It does not every penny. It's just think about those big expenses together, talk those through with anyone who shares finances with you. Have an annual meeting. So in our office, we call this the State of the Union. This is a meeting where you come together with your spouse or significant other, or maybe it's an important family member. Maybe it's even your teen kids if you're a single parent, and you say, hey, I just want you to know where all of the things are. And you sort of talk through where you've been and where you're going. So maybe before we were saving 5%, but next year we want to save 10% of our income. Maybe last year we had a car payment, but this year we won't have a car payment. So we need to reallocate that money somewhere else. So this is an important time to just kind of sit down, take stock of what's happened, and then start to think about next year, how can we move forward together? If you don't have a significant other, it's still valuable once a year to share some important information with somebody you trust. So whoever would take care of your home if you passed away, make sure to check in with them and let them know where your important documents are, and make sure that they remember how to get into your home, what things are important to you. So very, very important. Doesn't have to be a long meeting, but needs to be intentional. And then get organized. So in our home, we have a 3-ring binder that has all of our documents in it. And I encourage clients to gather a statement from each account that they have, gather maybe a printout from your life insurance, and put those all together in a 3-ring binder where they're easy for someone to find. For many of us, we have online accounts in addition to maybe a safe deposit box, a special filing cabinet we keep everything in. Maybe we have things on our computer. So identifying where those items are, gathering them all together, or at least putting in a binder or an important place, a list of your passwords, some notes about which filing cabinet to go to, where things are located, where your safe deposit box are. This helps anyone who would need to take care of you or your family in a quick emergency situation. It helps them so much to identify where you are. It also helps you, right? This is not just for an emergency. It's also for you to take stock and make sure that once a year, where are your things? What have we have lots and lots of clients who come to us and they need to consolidate old accounts to make their lives simpler and maybe to get better investments. They say, hey, I have an old 401k, I have an old 403b. Can we put those all together? But then the records tend to kind of get lost. And so, or maybe they keep old statements from those old accounts. So it's very, very valuable once a year to go through and make sure if you closed an account, write closed on the statement or throw it away, shred it. So as you're making a list, make sure that if you have anything that you don't have anymore, also that you mark that clearly so that a family member or somebody close to you isn't chasing rabbits looking for life insurance that doesn't exist anymore, or looking for a health savings account that doesn't exist anymore. So make a list of all your providers, account numbers, login information, and who to contact. Maybe it's just a business card. For your FOIA account, it might be our business card. For your life insurance, it might be your life insurance business card, or maybe the name of your HR director or the email for your HR team. Anything that would help in an emergency to make it easier to access the things that you've saved for yourself. In important documents, you should consider including marriage certificates, a list of debts, a list of financial accounts, social security information for you, your children, retirement plans, life insurance policies, brokerage accounts, property titles, and business ownership documents. Again, we have just one binder. We also have, I call it my annual proof of progress spreadsheet. So sometimes when you're doing the right things. You're saving money every year. You're paying down debts. You're taking steps toward financial security for you and your family. It can feel like you're not making any progress. And so we have an annual proof of progress spreadsheet where we just have a simple list of debts and financial accounts that I've kept for 20 years, actually more than 20 years at this point. And it's so neat to go back because it does get boring when you're doing the right thing. And so it's nice to go back 20 years and go, oh yeah, like this is working. It's working. I just have to keep doing it. So gather all those important documents, put them in a place where you can find them, where a family member who's important or a friend who's important to you knows where they are and knows how to access them so that you have easy access to the things in case you need them later. Also, so that you remind yourself what you have. You don't lose track of anything along the way. We don't want you to wake up one day and realize that you lost a $10,000 account or you lost a $30,000 account and you're really not sure how to access it anymore. You're pretty sure it exists, but you don't know where to access it. And again, we can help with account consolidation in that scenario as well, but it's hard to help if you don't know what you have to begin with. Beneficiary designations. This is so important. This time of year, every time of year, anytime anything in your life changes, go back, double check your beneficiary designations. Make sure that the beneficiaries that are listed are the people that you want to receive your money. Beneficiary designations do trump a will, which means that your will can say whatever it wants, but that will only covers things that don't already have a beneficiary set up. And so beneficiaries win in the end. And also having a beneficiary designation on your retirement accounts makes it far easier for your beneficiary to claim those accounts without going through probate. It makes it much faster, much easier. So please, please keep your beneficiaries up to date. Keep documentation of who you have listed as your beneficiary and update them as needed as your life changes. I have people too who struggle with a beneficiary designation because they think, well, I don't know what's going to happen 10 years from now. Put the beneficiary that you would want to receive that money right now, today, and then update it regularly as your life changes. So write what's true today. This is also true if you're working with somebody on a will or a trust. We don't do those, but we work with attorneys who do. And if you're setting up that will or trust, put what's true today. And then you can always update it if things in your life or your family change. If you can, maximize your retirement contributions. If your employer has a match, maximize the match. If they don't have a match, contribute anyway. You saving for your own retirement will never be a bad thing. Do you have access to more than one type of retirement account? Ask questions of us or any other group that helps you. Make sure you understand your retirement account, how to take withdrawals, when you're allowed to take withdrawals, and what kind of an account you have. We have these webinar sessions throughout the year that focus on different topics that we think are relevant to you. So please attend these. But if you have questions, grab a Zoom meeting with us, get a phone meeting, come to our offices in Oklahoma City or Tulsa and schedule a meeting for a time that is convenient for you when you can go over your information and make sure that you understand what you have. The federal maximum contribution amount for this year, for 2025, is $23,500 if you're under age 50. And you can do an additional 75 if you're over 7,500 if you're over age 50. And this is true into a 403B or into a 457. There are special catch-up provisions for some plans. So if you have questions about your max, these are the general limits, and this is great to go by. But if you have more detailed questions, please reach out, and we would be happy to talk to you about your particular situation. If you can't do that much, do something. If you can't do something, start saving in an emergency fund. I can't leave any session without talking about how important it is for you to have a plain old boring savings account somewhere in the universe where you can access money if the car engine blows up, if the kid needs to go to the emergency room, if something happens. We need you to have plain old boring savings in some sort of emergency savings account that you don't touch except in an emergency, so that when life happens, you have somewhere to go to get money. Review your investments. Every time of year is a good time of year to review your investments, but this time of year is especially good. You're doing open enrollment with your different sites. Your employers are talking to you about your health insurance and life insurance. Print those documents out, print out those confirmations, put them in that binder we were talking about earlier as you're getting organized. But then feel free to schedule time with us. Our Oklahoma City employees, you can schedule time at okc.timetap.com. All our other sites are ok.timetap.com. Out there, we have open meetings for Zoom meetings, for phone calls. We put our webinar schedule out there so that you can sign up for webinars a whole year in advance. And we really, really encourage you. If you have questions, please take time. We would be happy to answer your questions. We want to be helpful to you. Pop out to your site, schedule some time with someone, ask your questions, and we'll be happy to help you. We want you to have access to your online account. So if you have questions about gaining access to your online account, please reach out. We want to make sure that when you need your money, you have access to get it. Healthcare savings accounts and FSAs are not through Voya. Those would be through your employer, but we encourage you to take advantage of those. Ask your employer what your options are when it comes to HSA and FSA. These are tax advantaged accounts for healthcare savings. So when we were talking about emergency funds, these are specifically kind of emergency funds that you could use for healthcare or funds set aside specifically for your healthcare. So ask your employer what your options are and take advantage of these if you can. This is also a good time of year you're not going to do your taxes yet, but start thinking about your taxes. If you have a tax professional, maybe reach out to them, ask them if there's anything that's changed that you might need to be aware of. If you do your own taxes, man, staying organized is going to be extra important for you, right? Because you have to know where those documents are. Voya sends out tax documents about the same time of year everybody else does. Around mid-February, you typically start getting tax documents. You only get tax documents if you've taken a withdrawal from your account. You don't get tax documents from Voya typically unless you've taken a withdrawal, because as you're putting money in, it's growing tax-free in those group retirement plans. And so if you have questions about the tax implications of any of your investments, whether it's with Voya or with another company, you need our help understanding your statements, please come to us. We would be happy to help. We do not do taxes though, so go to your tax professional for guidance on filing taxes. If you are over the age of 73 or you will turn 73 during 2025, you need to take a minimum distribution this year. If you'll turn 73 in 2026, then you need to start planning ahead for your required minimum distribution. Again, ask questions, ask for help. We are happy to help you understand what those rules are and how they affect you. If you're still employed, you may be able to not take withdrawals from your group employer retirement plan until you are separated from service. But please, please, please reach out, ask for help, log into your Voya account, and make sure to ask any questions you have, especially if you're getting close to that 73 mark. Review your charitable giving, make changes for next year. So again, this comes back to that 10,000-foot budget. Think with your family members about what your goals and priorities are. If you are minimum distribution age, talk with us about charitable distributions, ask questions. Tell us, hey, I do charitable giving and I also need to take an RMD. Talk to me about that and we can discuss your choices with you. And then lastly, it is so important to us that you access your Voya account. You register for your account online. You make sure that your account information is up to date. Your beneficiary, your email address is an email you can access. Your cell phone number is a cell phone number you can access. If you're close to needing withdrawals, you'll want to add banking information if you want to get direct deposit for any withdrawals that you take. It is easier to get your money if you have online access to your account. And Voya has what they call a safe account guarantee, which will make you whole if money is taken out of your account through no fault of your own. Voya will actually restore the value of your account, but in order to take advantage of this guarantee, Voya requires that you do what you can to keep your account safe. And that is registering the account online, reviewing your information on a regular basis, keeping it up to date, enrolling in Voya's authentication, and promptly reporting any suspected concerns when it comes to your account. And obviously, don't give anybody your password to your account. Practice safe computing habits. If you have questions, again, Voya has information at go.voya.com/data security. But it is important to us that your information is secure and that you have access to your money when you're ready. Again, our team is here to help you. We really enjoy what we do. We love being a help to you. We like seeing you succeed. We enjoy your vacation pictures when you retire. And so please, 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 if we can help, let us know. You can schedule a time with us at okc.timetap.com for city employees, ok.timetap.com for everyone else. Or you're welcome to call our office. We're happy to see you in person, either on site at your employer or in our office. Again, we just love to help, so please let us know if we can be a second set of eyes on any old accounts that you have, if we can help you with your current account with Voya, or if you have questions about how these accounts work together with your pension. Let us know, and we would be happy to work with you to help you better understand what you have, and again, to help you simplify your financial life so you can spend time on what matters most. Thank you for joining today. Please let us know if we can help.